Peace, peace, y'all. Welcome to today's Mathematics with your girl, Sunshine Monet L. Today is 678. We in the angel sequence. Today is a great day of flowing. If y'all see any angel numbers, or if you're watching this video, I am an angel. See that orb trying to go in my mouth? We love it here. Anywho, so 6. You already know we're in the month of 6. This is the month of equality. This is health, wellness, daily routine. This is the Virgo energy of being of service and serving others. This is what you're teaching about, what you're learning about, what you're speaking on, and what you're listening to. But how you are implanting it into your habits, right? When we deal with the number 6 on the 6th sphere in the tree of life, this is maintained through coordination. We're dealing with the Tempereth, which is beauty energy. It's also associated with Haru, which is will, courage, discipline, the upper and lower self, which is balance. Because Tempereth is the chakra in the middle, being the Leo energy in the middle. And then when we get into the day of 2-5, finding balance on that 5 in this third decan of the month, this decan of creation, expression, and understanding, right? We're finding balance on the power of our truth, right? If we get into the second sphere is the power of knowing and manifesting. We deal with Tahuti energy here, which is the oracle of sage and wisdom, Chokmah, which is the wisdom in the Kabbalah sense. And then when we deal with the 5, this is the enforcement by the celestial government. We're dealing with Jebera, which is severity, and this is the Herakuhuti energy, which is the enforcement of law, courage, and fearlessness, which is related to the solar plexus chakra, being Aries, Scorpio energy. So all intertwined, all is one. You know what I'm saying? All the chakras got chakras, and the numbers got chakras, and whatever. It's all in one and one and all, right? So it's infinite, right? So that is what we get with the 2-5 come together and make 7. That's Het Ru, or Net Het. That gives us the solar forces, Kundalini sexual energy. 7th sphere in the tree of life is the celestial workers designing. This is when we deal with Netzach, which is victory. Okay. So 2 and 5, balance on the power of truth. Wisdom coming from the power of your truth. When you walked in the power of your truth, right? Then you start getting challenged by it. Wasn't it like, damn, now how do I blend this into my daily routine? How do I find harmony with myself, my inner and outer self, with this new truth that I have accepted into my paradigm? What are we doing? I'm sorry, I was listening from a turtle. But what are we doing? It matters, right? That 2 and 5 to come together and make 7. That is the number of God. That is the number of spiritual knowledge, spiritual, being a vessel, being a conduit in that realm, right? This is more like a spiritual knowledge. Some of you guys might want to pull the Hermit card and go internally, just dealing with your internal self and what you gain from going inward. It's very essential here. That 6 and 7 come together, right? Because we're going to take that how we've harmonized walking in the power of our truth. We're going to take that wisdom that we got from, that curiosity and that intellect and the love and all that stuff that 5 gives us, right? And we make it to the 7, and then we put the 7 into the 6, and that makes 13, which is a karmic number, because we're taking that intellect, right, that knowledge, that masculine energy, and we're learning how to express it. And a lot of us, have difficulties with expressing what we know, because sometimes it gets dwindled up in how we feel, and the vibration comes out off, and then now the person isn't really hearing us for what we know. Now we're just speaking to how we feel. Now we're just speaking to the listener on how they feel about what we know, but they're not really speaking on what we know. They're just speaking on how we expressed ourselves, made them feel. It's a whole thing, So that's why it's a karmic number, because it's really something worth, diving into. Because once you master that understanding of your knowledge, it brings you to a 4, which is the foundation, right? You can materialize with this understanding of your knowledge. I talked about this yesterday. Like, you could take a multiple choice quiz, and you can know that the answer is B. I know the answer is B. I know this is the right answer. But can you explain to me why it's the right answer? Do you understand why it's the right answer? You know what I'm saying? So, ask yourself that when you say, oh, I know the answer, but do you understand why it's the answer? Because when you start understanding why certain things are certain answers, it starts to make different kind of senses to you, and helps you walk and materialize in a different kind of way. So we take that 4 and we put it into the 8. We in the year 8. This is the year of the solar plexus chakra, transformations, build and destroy. This is enforcement, because we said that Aries and Scorpio is with that Herakuhuti energy, the enforcement. But when we get into the actual number 8, 8 deals with the celestial technicians. This is the energy of Sebek, which is the opposing forces of labeling. Had, which is splendor type energy, right? So in this space of transformation, build and destroy, we're going to put that forward and make a 1 and 2. Now we come into the knowledge and the wisdom. Because when you take all of that and you start enforcing it, right? That's what happens, right? I took what I materialized from learning how to express what I know. And then I created a foundation. And I put that foundation into my solar plexus chakra. Now I'm enforcing that shit, right? And I'm building and destroying things in my space with that shit, right? So now I'm in a space of knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom. What do I know? And, you know, what my intuition is saying. You know what I'm saying? That spiritual and intellectual alignment is there. And overall, today is a day of understanding, which is the expression of that balance of knowledge and wisdom, right? Today is a day of understanding, expression, and creation. And we give thanks for the opportunity to do all of that and all the numbers that added up for us to be able to do that. 3, the third sphere of the tree of life is manifesting and creating. This is Bina, which is understanding. Seker or Ta, which is the power of underlining structure. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So, getting into the astronomical report, we start the day off with an 88% Wan and gibbous moon. We're rising at 11:39 p.m. and setting at 9:07 a.m. We are in Aquarius with the tropical. So now we have exited the Capricorn constellation. We done had our minimal angles and conjunctions with that Pluto energy, giving us transformation to our intuitive space and our root chakra, right? What is our wisdom in our root chakra? We had transformations there and we experienced them heavily. We love that we had the day of mastery yesterday to give us that full effect as we exited that Capricorn zodiac energy, right? But don't get it twisted, because we're still in Capricorn on the Vedic and the constellation. So now that you've mastered it in your mind, your thought process, the tropical, the zodiac, now it's time to experience it while your thought process is in Aquarius, which is that revolutionary energy, the intellect energy, that 1 and 2, that 1 and 3, right? Because that's all about social awareness, social justice. So that does bring you to that intellect and the expression thereof, right? And we give thanks for that alignment of the moon. In addition to that, the moon is kind of like pre-gaming us for that Saturn retrograde happening this weekend coming up on the last day of June. So we give thanks to that, as well as the moon did its thing in Capricorn, makes its way to Aquarius, and eventually we'll be in alignment with Saturn to give us a little 1-2 on our intuitive, just to spiritually and mentally prepare ourselves for the retrograde that's going to come, and the different challenges that some of us have to repeat, because obviously you ain't get it right the first time. You still think shit's sweet or whatever, but then some of you guys, when the problems or the challenges come back into your space, you're going to be able to recognize it head on and be like, I did that already. I did my mathematics. The sun rises at 5:31 a.m. and setting at 8:32 p.m. The moon and Deneb Algedi are in conjunction today at 3:01 p.m. The moon is 1.5 degrees south of Deneb Algedi. Minimal angle at 3:33 p.m. The moon will be 1.4 degrees south-southeast. Observed at 11:53 p.m. with a 5.8 degree east separation. Mars enters draconic Taurus today at 4:12 p.m. So we now have the soul's experience, throat chakra invocation entering that materializing. So where your soul is, what your soul wants to do, it's going to bring those opportunities into your space. It's going to try to prioritize those different things into your space. Now, if you're tropical and your Vedic are not in alignment with the draconic invocation, you're going to have misalignment. You're going to have, emotional breakdowns. You're going to have an attitude. You're going to be upset because you're not in alignment. So get yourself in alignment and have real conversations with yourself so you can move forward accordingly and you don't feel like this disruption in yourself. Ashe? Alright, so reach out to a goddess if you would like a personal. I do gematria readings. You want your name read. I do numerology readings. You want your numbers read. I do astrocartography. If you're trying to move somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you need to know where to go. It is the summertime. Where y'all trying to vacation to? I can help y'all with that. Also, in this month of June, we are aligning your throat chakra to your third eye with that Gemini Cancer Sun. So let me know if you guys would like that alignment. Those readings for the month of June is $22.22. And that's what I got for you, my Cosmic Nobodies. I love you so much. Enjoy.